Okay, okay. Let's get it started. I've used this form of imagery before. This video, as you saw, if you clicked on it, is called Akasha, right? Okay. Now I'm going to get into the main information about Akasha, not just what you saw in the movie of the Queen of the Damned. So they're going to give you a physical being of Akasha, but Akasha itself comes through what you are inside, okay? But we're going to get into the information. I got a lot of information to get through. Hey, stick with me. It's not going to take very long. I'm gonna go right through it like a samurai with my sword, chopping it up, chopping it up. Okay, let's go. All right, 40 seconds in, we into winning. All right, let's go. All right, Akasha is the term for ether, the ether, okay, in traditional Indian cosmology, and the root word for in Sanskrit is derived from kas, meaning to be visible. All right, so if you can't see, people that's blind, that their hearing is very keen, right? So as you have Stevie Wonder is a very good good example of that. Okay, his music is over the like over the top. Is some of the best stuff. It's like you listen to it. It's like it gives you imagery. Okay, all right. Let me get somewhere. We can keep it moving. Okay, an etherical fluid imagined as pervading the cosmos. Akasha is seen as the essence of all things in the material world and as a direct translation of upper sky or infinite space. Akasha's main characteristic is Shabda, meaning the etheric sound. Okay, from there, esoterically, Shabda is the sound current vibrating in all of creation and in the essence of source, which is readily available to all beings. All beings have melanin, but all beings don't have high volumes of melanin. You have plants that have melanin, cytoplasm. You have animals that have melanin. Um, you have everything has melanin. They have small traces of it or high traces of it. So melanated, so-called black people, highly melanated or melanated people, so-called black people or so-called African American people, have intense forms of melanin or shabda. Okay, so remember this is going to be very important. Etheric sound, right? And it what a direct translation of upper sky or infinite space. So with that being said, 316. With that being said, all right, so I can use this as a point. Um, if you watch the movie Queen of the Damned, remember she came back because of what? The guy Lestat, the vampire Lestat, he played music, right? So when he played music and then he came back years later, she awakened again. She awakened because he was they were connected when he was actually had taste of her blood, which is what melanin. He had a taste of it. So once he started getting, he came back in a later time and started using the music, and people was flocking all over him and everything. And she decided to come back because what? Akasha is what? It is sound, etheric sound. Okay, now it's time to get into the text. Okay, and also I'm back in this book again, The Night Side of the Rooms by Thomas Carlson, PhD. So, every time I do a book, I always give you the literature. You can go get it, and also the name of the literature, and also the writer. Okay, let's go. All right, Mickey and Minnie on a moonlit night. Okay, let's. Don't ask me why I know that. Just trust me on this one. Minnie, okay, Nordic mythology. That's what Disney mainly been using. Okay, Many is a very important aspect of the soul. Many is the memory. Peep it. As you can see what's going to come right after this. But in a much deeper sense, it represents the ability to travel in the reservoir of deeds from the past and memories from ancient days. The magical memory is symbolized by the well of Mimir. We're gonna go back to that a little bit later too, which represents the Akashic records. Okay, these are filed memory, these are files inside your mind. Odin, you can find him in Nordic mythology. Odin sacrifices one of his eyes in the well. The well can be looked at as the inside of the body or as the Kundalini. Okay, sacrifices one of his eyes in the well to gain ancient wisdom. Okay, ancient, that which was there first. Okay, ancient, the oldest. This wisdom belongs to the giants. Okay, giants. All right, you'll see more of it as I go on. Giants and the well of Mimir can be found in Jotunheim. Mimir is personifying make sure I get it right, personifying the Meni, which belongs to Jotunheim. Meni is the associative thinking that represents the functions of the right cerebral hemisphere. So right brain is more female, left brain is more male. Okay, stick with me. Hugin and the Hugir fly into the future. Meni and Munin fly into the past. Knowledge about the past is more important than thought about the future. Okay, they say you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. Okay, so if you don't know where you've been, you just be thinking you're going somewhere else, but you just damn near just recycling what you've been going to. That's why I say know the past in order to go to your future. All right. Meni and Munin fly into the past. Knowledge about the past is more important than thought about the future. In the Grimnismal, Odin says Hugin and Munin fly over the world every day. I fear for Hugin, lest he not return, but even more I fear for Munin. Okay, and Munin, see, I fear for Munin. Meni and Munin fly into the past. So the past sometimes I won't even want to go even further, but it has to correlate left and right brain together. Know the past in order to go to the future. So if you know what you're doing, you're going further and not stopping, because sometimes when you see the past, sometimes it'll frighten you and you want to keep going. You don't want to keep going sometimes. But that's what being balanced is about. Okay? All right, let's keep it going. So we saw right here. What is it? Jotunheim, okay? All right, Jotunheim, the realm of the giants. As I said before, the realm of the giants. The Jotnar compared to the gods. The giants belong to an ancient race. Melanated people are the oldest people in the world, everywhere, on every continent, every country, everywhere in the world. But just tell you, like Africa, they have 10% of your brain in one point. So we say only use 10% of our brain, put everything together, or 10% of your mind and your brain, put it all together, and you completing yourself. Okay, belong to the ancient race, highly melanated people. You see melanated people everywhere. Okay, but these other people, they're coming later. That's why they give you a 6,000 year with religion. They say we only been like 6,000 years and everything after that. That's only to give them time, or say they've been around that long when they haven't been around that long. Okay. They represent chaos. Ooh, hoo, hoo, I love it. Chaos. Chaos. They represent chaos, the forces that lie outside the cosmos of order, created by the gods. The castle of Utgard is in Jotunheim. So I'm gonna go back to that. So if it's created by the gods, so if you go into Sumerian mythology, you have I'm not even going to say the entity's name. He came from the Great Mother, came from Tiamat and Kingu, and one of their child decided to come out early and wanted to be just as strong as them. But since it left a lot earlier, it wasn't fully powered. So it wasn't fully powered like its parents. It was able to destroy the parents, but at the same time, it wasn't as powerful to create. So that's why you see the sun. The sun comes around, but the moon and the stars and the darkness is always here. The moon and the stars and darkness are always here. Okay, keep that in mind. The the castle of Utgard is in Jotunheim. The giants are extremely wise. And all memories from ancient times are kept among them. The well of Mimir is in Jotunheim, and Odin sacrifices his eye in it to gain access to the sources of Mimir. The Meni again in Mimir. Jotunheim represents Meni, the magical memory. The well of Mimir corresponds to what in occultism, occult, not, oh, I'm in a cult, or CULT. No, it's to scare people from certain things, especially melanated people, when they see the number 666. 666 is 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, which is carbon. Carbon is what? Melanin. They say stay away from the mark of the beast. Mark is melanin. Think about it. So when they say occultum was the first word before melanin. So they had to change it to melanin. So when they say occult or occult information, occult is that which is hidden. So if it's that which is hidden, that means you have to go search to find it. And only a certain few are going to come back just to search for something. So occultism is that which is hidden. So if you're looking for something that is hidden, so where is it? It's lost, or it can't be found in the light. So it's in what? Darkness. Like I was saying with Tiamat and Kingu, they're from the land of the darkness. But when you have the God that came from the higher deities, he had to create a light that comes around every few hours, parts of the day, every few hours. But remember, the darkness is always there. When they say dark light comes from the darkness, like it's a baby inside of a womb of a woman, inside of a gestation period for 9 months, 9 months, and then when she comes out, it sees what? The light. An illusion, a creation of illusion from a lesser entity, from something greater. Okay, let's keep it going. Jotunheim represents Meni, the magical memory. The well of Mimir corresponds to what in occultism is sometimes called the AKASHIC records. Okay? The place or level where all things from all times are kept. Memory. All right? Let's keep it going. Yes, we should keep it going. Okay, Appendix 3, harnessing time with the stars. The Hermetic axiom, as above, so you can read it, as above, so below, and the horizon of Giza. Like, what book are you in now? Check it out. The nigga P way ahead of his time, surpassed kids. Rise and power the prodigy of Mobb Deep. Ashe. The message of the Sphinx, a quest for the hidden legacy of mankind. Graham Hancock and Robert Bauval. Okay? I'm not important. My physical ain't important. Okay? Just get what the book is about. Okay? This is the book, and it's by these two authors that came together and put this great monumental work about my ancestors, my melanated people's ancestors. Remember, we see how they knocked the nose off, right? What was it? Napoleon Bonaparte from from France, you know, and he got his ass whooped by the Haitians. You know what I'm saying? So keep, you know, you got to pop your collar on that. But they knock him and his people end up knocking the nose, I believe, with a cannonball, if I'm not mistaken, a cannonball to knock the nose off. Why would he knock the nose off? So because he know it's not coming from them, so we wouldn't know who he was jealous. And then just like a lesser, like I was saying before, the lesser entity, like the so-called God, is jealous of his parents. So the people that's down here, he said, what they say in the Bible? Everything comes to me at time. What they say in the Bible, thou shalt not have, I would not have no God, other God before me, right? So what would you be? So if you're the only, why would there be another God if you're the only? Because they don't want you to rise up. But anyway, yeah, I'll make sure I say that very clearly so everybody can hear me on this video. So that means he don't that entity doesn't want you to rise up, so you don't need him. They make it extra hard while you on this this third dimension or this planet or Maya, which is Tibetan for the illusion. Maya, M-A-Y-A, Maya. So when you see the nose knocked off, they just don't want you to know what it is. Okay, let's keep it going. Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar. Okay, let's get right to the information. No more jokes being played. Okay, let's go. I'm going right into information I had. You know, I had to go into it before I've been reading this already. It actually came to me today when I read this part, and something told me to keep reading, and I ended up coming with this, and I put all this together. Okay, it's gonna make a great video. So just sit back and take your time. If you want to rewind it, take your time with it, okay? All right. This brought the vernal spring equinox. Wait a minute. Didn't the spring equinox just hit? What is it, like, what, March? And then what, right around March, what has been happening? This so-called virus. I'm not even going to speak too much on it right now. I'll probably do something a little later because I'm pressed for time. I got a lot of information to get to. So, you see, this brought the vernal spring equinox. So spring just hit, right? So now everybody got the so-called virus, but people don't even know what that virus is even about. I know what it's about, but you know, I'm gonna keep it going for sake of time. So think about it. People's in fear, right? People in fear. Think about the year before, 2019, March the 30th. Rise in power of Nipsey Hussle, right? When that shit happened out there in LA, when he got shot in front of the store, you had people sad. You're bringing the energy down. Oh man, it's like when I was out where I was out of state. I was going out of state when it happened. You know, somebody told me about it. I said I didn't get sad. I was like, something just told me not to get sad. I was just playing this music while I was driving. When I was going out of state, something told me just to keep playing. You never get sad because you let their energy get trapped inside this. Like they have somewhere to be. They have somewhere to be, somewhere even higher. So but anyway, I'm gonna get rising power to Nipsey Hussle. Ashe, peace. Okay. This brought the vernal spring equinox. Point in perfect alignment with the Great Sphinx, which is in Kemet or Egypt, the terrestrial counterpart of the image Leo. When you see the constellations in the sky, Leo is the correlation with the Sphinx because it's the cat. A cat is like half cat, half person when you see the Sphinx. Okay, the conclusion thus seems inevitable. The ancients appear to have established a global, with that word again, ancients, stick with me, appear to have established a global prime meridian at Giza, locked. All right, we back. Okay. The conclusion thus seems inevitable. The ancients appear to have established a global prime meridian at Giza, locked into the time frame of 10,500. Now think about it. The prime meridian is damn near right where the equator is. It's in the center of the Earth. The center of the Earth, okay? All this implies, however, that the ancients were somehow attempting to navigate not only in distance, space, but also in time. Oh man, now I just remember I have that movie, Jumpers. Crazy. I just remembered this. Jumpers, the movie Jumpers, when a guy, man, this is so pertinent and important off the top. It came off the mind. The movie Jumpers, with a guy, he was able to use his mind. He had a picture of something. He can go right to that place with his mind. When he's able to go to that place with his mind, he's doing what? To navigate not only in distance, but space, but also in time. So he in the movie, they didn't have him going back and forth in time because they're talking about something. They're showing you something physical. They were showing him places he was going. Okay, so think about this. They were showing you the physical. So what does it say right here? To not only in distance, space, different places around the world. Okay, he was going, but also in time. What did they have in mind? How can time be navigated? Okay, let's keep it going. All right, hypothetically, at least a time-related apparatus locked into the colors of 10,500 BC. So in this time right now, if it's 2,000 right now, that'd be 10,500 plus 2,020. That'd be 12,520. Okay, would present the reincarnated Horus King with a subliminal landscape or magical theater. The theater is what? The illusion. The illusion, being able to take something from the past or be in the past while you're in the actual time and inside your mind. We're going to keep going. At the height of his extensive initiation, to work out intuitively how far in time his soul had traveled from his points of genesis in parts, as just showing you other parts of the book, how the Horus King may have used the phenomenon of the precession, the equinoxes, to perform such a task by inducing his mind to undertake a journey or quest to find his ancestors, using the subliminal architectural setting or cosmic ambiance of Giza as some sort of star memory device. We are suggesting that the Horus King, this can be variable from, it's just about talking about initiation of the Horus King. It can be female or male. The Horus King initiate could perform the task intuitively with the computer of his mind and the monitor of his inner perception. I'm going to keep going. We have discovered for ourselves that these files are easily retrieved at will without the mechanist aid of the computer. Hypothetically, then, with such star memory logged in the mind, should we suddenly find ourselves flung into a future time zone, say AD 6000, that'd be like what, 3,000, about 3,000, 6,000, 2,000, about 3,980 years later. We could relatively easily work out how far ahead in time we have moved. By extension of such rhetoric, therefore, it could be said that the function of the Giza blueprint is to provide a virtually indestructible holographic apparatus for the use of reincarnated or reborn entities. Think about it. Of the Horian lineage. That means melanated people, from the lineage of people from Kemet or Egypt. Press for time, got to keep going. In order to induce remembrance of a divine genetic origin in Egypt or Kemet in the time frame of 10,500 BC. The ultimate function, however, appears to have been to perpetuate the immortality of their souls into time. In short, the ultimate Gnostic. Gnostic is what? Pre-Christian, pre-Christianity. Gnostic Christianity was in Ethiopia and in Kemet. You see the cross before anywhere else they had it, right? Okay, let's keep going. Press return. Look up Gnostic. Experience entailing the release of the spiritual part of the living entity from its material, inert part. To put in, well, it's just it's a simplified form. I'm gonna keep going though. You can read it, rewind it. I'm gonna slow it down. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time. You rewind it, okay? But such questions we are well aware lead us into the misty realm of metaphysics. Okay? Metaphysics, you can't really go into metaphysics when it's what? Archaeology. So you got to kind of split it. That's why it's in the appendix. So you can do it for yourself. Metaphysics is extrasensory perception and psychic thinking from which we have tried to steer clear. See? Okay. Nonetheless, we must respond to our intuitive feeling that a form of metaphysical thinking very much like this was used by those mysterious followers of Horus, who set the initiatory and astronomical academy at Heliopolis, and whose genius resulted in the construction of the amazing holographic star stone. Star, people have a soul. The sun, S-O-L in Spanish, S-O-L is soul, is sun. To have a soul, have a sun inside you is have a soul. If you don't have a soul, I know you got soul. Okay, the stone is matter, is your body. Okay, or it can be like the pineal gland, which is not calcified. So if you're a melanated person, a highly melanated person, you can do this a lot. Amazing holographic star stone. It's not spirit. It's just soul. Okay, it's not spirit. It's soul. A star is only can be a soul. Everybody got a spirit, but everybody don't got a soul. Okay, keep it going. Matter, apparatus of Giza. All references in the ancient again text to this mysterious brotherhood suggests that we are dealing not with priests but with high adepts who fully understand the working of the human psyche and the subliminal techniques needed to evoke remote memory, Akashic records again, remote memory through deep felt inner perceptions of time. Again, time. Remember we spoke Munir and Mani. Okay, same thing. Time. Push it. Do we humans carry remote memory files? Hell yeah, locked in our genes. And if so, can it not be possible that such files could be retrieved by using the correct subliminal keys? Okay, stick with me. More provocative still is our consciousness umbilically linked to time, such that it merely passes through biological matter, which is the body, ourselves, like a thread passing through pearls or stones, for like a necklace or something, but it just goes through you. It has long been appreciated by students of intellectual history that monumental architecture and archetypal images can serve as powerful subliminal devices to evoke dormant memory in the minds of those who are made receptive through initiation. Okay. Okay, next book I'm in, Book of Thoth by, is the Book of Thoth. Thoth is Tahuti or Hermes in Greek. Tahuti is the name in Africa. And also is written by the wickedest man alive, Aleister Crowley. Okay, Crow, Hugin, Munir, Crow. Ooh, put it together. The master thereon. This is, I'll come to find out this was his last book he actually wrote. Okay, before he passed in 1947. All right. Okay, there's not a lot. It's not a lot in here in this book, but pay attention, please. Listen to what I'm saying. it's gonna make a lot of sense. Um. Okay. It is dawn, the hint of light about to come, but not by any means that light be. Wait. That light he has a lock, or it can be female or male, but this is dealing with the Horus or Heru. Okay, the has a lock of black hair curling around his ear. Okay, you see the Hababawitz Jews, or you see them with the all black melanated people, all black clothes, and they have the hair on the side of their ears. That's the locks. They're trying to be like Heru or Horus. Okay, think about it. Stick with me. And that is the influence of the highest descending upon the Brahma Randra chakra. Look that up. I did too. That's when you have the energy coming through your highest point of your head. That's the highest chakra, your crown chakra on top of your head. The ear is the vehicle, as we said with music, vehicle of Akasha, spirit. Oh yeah, another thing too. All right, you'll see the picture of Hippocrates. All right. All right. And Hippocrates, you see in the picture, you can find it online. He's standing on top of a crocodile, and you have something that's higher above him, which is best, or best nama'ut. And but anyway, but that what that means is the higher and the lower self, and he's been able to balance himself from going through both parties to become a better version of himself. All right, his thumb is either against his lower lip or in his mouth. Which it is, one cannot say. There is here a quarrel between two schools of thought. If he is pushing up his lower lip, he emphasizes silence as silence. If his thumb is in his mouth, it emphasizes the doctrine of Ihe, I shall be. Yet, in the end, both doctrines are identical, the same. So silence, that means they say old time saying you got two ears and one mouth. So use what you have most, the ears. So you speaking all the time, you can't pull in information. The ego, lower your ego in order to pull in more information. I'll show you. All right, last book, next book. Cosmic Memory by Rudolf Steiner. This is the older version. it still has information. Don't care. Information. All right, let's keep it going. All right, chapter of the Akasha Chronicle. By means of ordinary history, man can learn only a small part of what humanity experienced in prehistory. Everything belonging to the external world of the senses is subject to time. But the eternal is not accessible. The eternal is not accessible